Guess what we're finally doing? We are going to be upgrading my CPU. Finally. Which means I need to unplug all this shit. E. I would have done it sooner. I got it in the mail, my CPU, about 2 days ago, but the voices in my head made me fall into a slumber, if you know what I mean. So yeah, we need to unplug everything to get it all prepared. Getting rid of the power supply. Well, just unplugging it, but I should probably turn it off before I do that. I don't know. Seems right. There we go. Super dusty, super dirty. We're in the basement, so I don't know. I should probably put something over it to cover it, but I probably won't also. It's got filters and shit, so it doesn't really matter. Well, maybe a little bit, but whatever. Look at this fucking mess. That's all on the side of the computer. I'm gonna have to wipe that off at some point. Sorry for not sounding super enthused or anything. I just kind of woke up. I've been sleeping for a while now, just because I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm depressed or anything. It's just unmotivated. And also, as I've said in the past, I usually can only record early morning or deep in the night. So yeah, we're going to be upgrading this shit. And then we're going to be playing GTA 5, Life is Strange Before the Storm, and a ton of other shit I already have on the computer, so I don't have to worry about buying it. Stay tuned for that, I guess. So here's the thermal paste and the isopropyl alcohol I'm going to be using. And then the CPU, I wrote CPU on it, so you guys knew it's a CPU. I did open it one time before. I didn't really open it that much. Let me read to you what kind of CPU it is real quick. Anyways, it's Intel Core i7. I doxed myself. I don't know. I hopefully I remember to take that out. Hopefully a bunch of you don't show up. Who knows? I probably will, because that's probably a bad thing to keep in, you know? Here it is, though. It probably says the processor name on it. So give me a sec. I think it's kind of faint. I'll just read it to you. Sorry, this is kind of botched. Like my circumcision. Am I right, bros? You guys get it. Intel Core i7 4790K processor with an 8M cache and up to 4.40 GHz, which I'm guessing is gigahertz. And I'm guessing the M is probably like megabytes, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, here we go. We're opening it up. My case for my computer. Alright. The light was on in here for a little bit after I unplugged it, so it should be good to now work on. Looks like we need a little teeny tiny screwdriver, so I'm gonna go grab that real quick. Okay, I turned on my light. Here we go. We're gonna unscrew this. The CPU that we have should be under this, so. You ever just use a screwdriver and it doesn't work? I think we need a different one. Yeah, this one's just going round and round. All right, we got a couple more here to pick from. If these don't work, I have more, so we'll just keep trying until it works. Oop, that one's moving. It's a little chubby, but it works. Unlike my penis. All right. I don't know if this takes anything special to do it. I think it does. Some bullshit's happening there on the bottom. What is this? What is this bullshit? Let me make sure. Okay, I guess there's these long poles we gotta hold with pliers. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film this very well, but I'm just gonna put this, I don't know, like right here. Never mind. I'm just gonna do this. I'm unscrewing this. I gotta hold the poles so it doesn't all turn around so I can get the screws out. And I'll show you the rest. Alright, this has taken a lot more work than I expected. The door just fucking fell off, which is good in the long run probably, but yeah, kind of scary that just fell off like that. I'm gonna set it over here so I don't break it. And it doesn't break when I'm moving it around and shit. So, this screw did come up a bit. This is the main one I've been working on over here. But I just don't know how this shit is working. I looked it up a little bit, but I'll probably have to do some more research. Yeah, this shit fucking sucks. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, yeah, I think the AI just gave me a bullshit response. I think turning it without a pull thing is okay. I got the slimmer screwdriver here and it actually works, so I'm going to use that. Okay, this is going to be better, I think. I hope. I surely hope. Now, re-screwing it in, I have no fucking idea. I think I got 2 of them popped out now. I just need the other 2 to unscrew. We're doing it, that's for sure. 1 more screw left, I think, and we'll be able to lift this bad boy puppy stinky up. Alright, here we go. The quote-unquote moment of truth. Quote-unquote. Okay, we need to screw a little more. Alright, it is also connected to wires and shit, so... Ooh, it lifted up and there's the CPU, baby. There's the CPU really squished with the thermal paste, but we got it. It's gonna be kind of hard to work with this fan here. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, CPU. Alright, so the tutorial I saw, I'm a little dehydrated, but they said don't use, well, definitely, this is kind of known, don't use water on your thermal paste and shit, or anywhere in your computer. We use 99% isopropyl and coffee filters, or a microfiber towel, and then we got this and this. So I cleaned up that area that was super dirty, and I got a sip of water. We got baby's first tube of thermal paste. It looks like I'm about to euthanize your dog, or like chop his balls off or some shit. Then we got the CPU unpackaged, and isopropyl. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. We got this going. It's doing the spray stuff. I could probably use this to clean my glasses, which would be good, because I'm probably not going to be doing this again anytime soon. Alright, so spray some of that on here, I guess. It's probably not the best to breathe in. Take a coffee filter to wipe it off. I'll come back. I'll show you. I'm just showing you the basics. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. It's still attached to the wire, so it's a bit difficult to move around in here without like hitting circuit board parts. I'm really hoping it doesn't damage them. But I dragged this light in the table closer so I can actually see in here without this on it, the camera. That's pretty clean. Personally, I don't know why we have to clean off the thermal paste. I'm not an expert or anything, so probably best to leave those questions to the experts. Alright, so yeah, there's really nothing I can do about this shit. I could probably unplug it a little bit to give it some freedom. Let me see if I can do that. Alright, it gave me a little bit more freedom. Moved it up there, so we actually have a place to work here. Alright, so I guess there's this thing. We're just supposed to lift it out and up. Might be a little difficult, but there it goes. Just kind of pull it out and up very smoothly. Now this thing should come off easily. The little hood, the vaginal hood as I like to call it. Probably not accurate, but we'll wipe that off with some isopropyl. Don't know if that's a no-no spraying that much around the parts. It evaporates, so it should be good. Wiping off the goop. Alright, let's see if we can get this out of here. Uppies. Ooh, we got another CPU here. It's not the best CPU, but I mean, I'd definitely use it in another project. Maybe not a computer, but There it is. And then there's that. And we need to put that in there and then thermal paste it. And then we're gonna be done. Pretty much. I gotta screw in the fan and shit. See if it all works, but I'll show you the after thing. And then we're gonna be gaming and shit. Alright. It's got these little notches on the sides. I'm guessing it's gonna be like that, you know. Hopefully it's not upside down. Give me a sec. You don't want to brush up the thistles, if you know what I mean. Alright, I look back at the footage, and apparently this is the right way to put it in. Flaps like this, and then the wording facing this way. So I'm going to do that for this one, because I'm guessing that would probably be the same. Alright. Please fit in there. I don't know how accurate this has to be. Probably. Oh. I mean, that looks pretty good, but I want to make sure. Alright, the corners are all cornered in. The green parts touching those black corners. And then there's like little like notches in the sides. You can see they're like screws almost. And they're slid in. So I'm guessing this is alright. We're just going to thermal paste it now. Alright, here we go. Thermal paste. I don't know if I'm going to get this very good. I just want to make sure I get it, you know. I'm just going to go ahead and... They say to do it pretty generously. Alright, it's starting to come out a little bit. The last one was kind of coming out on the sides and shit. I'm pretty sure this is just for cooling. Alright, that seems pretty good. I mean, a little bit. There, maybe. Just a little dollop. Alright, I'm going to cap this real quick. And then we're going to get everything reassembled. Alright, putting down the vaginal hood, if you know what I mean. Nice and tucked under there. Then we got to plug in this fan part again and then put this on. Super difficult, but I got the fan replugged in, and this set here, I need to re-screw in everything, and then we should be good. So, update. This shit has been way too difficult. I haven't been able to get this shit screwed on this whole time. Super difficult. I'm going to have to take off this whole back plate, and apparently there's something back there that usually falls off for some bullshit reason. I've been at this for like 30 minutes probably. Super sweaty, super not liking it, but here we go. We gotta unscrew these leg things off, and then take off the back plate. There we go. Actually making some progress. I've been just sitting here pushing down on the springs that those screws are for the fan thing. Yeah, it's been insane. It's insanely stupid. Insanely, stupidly awful. Alright, there. Fucking back plate off. This little bitch falls off, I guess. Why? I don't know. But I tilted it and it was just moving around back there. Hopefully, the the fan, CPU fan is alright. It's kind of just holding on there by thermal paste. Yeah, I'm not sure what this actually does. Is this like where they screw in, probably? Who knows? I'm just going to try to work on this and I'll update you guys. As you can see, probably see I'm a little sweaty. See, Yeah, you gotta be tugging my fucking balls right now. I've been struggling with this shit so fucking long. The reason why I had so much difficulty, and everybody has so much difficulty, is this back plate falls off when you take off the cooler. Because the only thing holding this shit in is the actual cooler itself. These don't do shit. These are just aesthetic or some shit. I don't know. So, yeah, if you ever do CPU swap, what you need to do is hold on the back plate while the fan's held on by the thermal paste and shit. Hold them both together and screw it in while holding the back of it. Fucking bullshit. Somebody clip this shit if you're into that type of shit. Oh my god. So much pain and anguish. Finally over. I hope. I surely hope. There it is. Fan installed. Let's get this shit back together and then turn it on to see if it actually fucking works. Alright, here's the fucking aftermath of all that bullshit. I'm letting the isopropyl alcohol evaporate and possibly any sweat that dripped in there. I doubt there was any because it was all on my face. But yeah, we're gonna get this shit done. I plugged everything in. Let's go see the final product, see if it actually works. Now I'm just kind of chilling out, you know. This is the setup, the basement setup we got. It's kind of deteriorated over the course of time. But yeah, let's see if this actually works. Scoot it into place and turn it on. It's not turning on. That's a bad sign. Alright, I'll be back. Oh yeah, remember at the start of the video when I turned this off? That's probably the reason. Alright, let's try it now. Oh yeah, baby. Full power. That scared me for a second. The voices in my head were blaming me. You know how it is. The little helper elves in my head that hate me. Alright. Yeah, it's turning on. That's good. Don't know how CPU's working, so we'll check that out. Fuck, that scared me for a little bit. I was like, did I fuck it up? Because I was working really hard. The AI I talked to help me do this, they weren't much of a help, but they told me you can't really mess anything up if you push really hard. But you see those two, I think they're graphics cards, I'm not 100% sure. Those two little slitty boards right there. I was pushing into those a little bit when I was putting in the screws, and I was a little worried. And then there's also a bunch of shit down there, like circuit board, little bumps and whatnot. I don't know what they're for, but they're right next to the screw holes, so I was worried about that. Ooh, is this Epstein Island? Alright. Hopefully I didn't show my password. I'm gonna have to edit this shit. Alright. Oh, that's my name. Alright. Yeah. So we got GTA 5 Enhanced Edition, Metro Exodus, Hogwarts Legacy, Life is Strange Before the Storm. We're going to be doing some stuff on State of Decay, Layers of Fear, Skyrim, Detroit Becoming Human or something like that, and Sludge Life and Biomutant, and there's some Alan Wake shit. That's the main shit I'm wanting to do for a series coming up. But let's go to Task Manager and see if the CPU is actually doing CPU stuff. Ooh, CPU is doing CPU stuff. 33% CPU. I don't know if I have to format anything. Usually whenever I try to like open up OBS and then open up like any other game, the CPU automatically goes up to 100%, like 99%. So I'm hoping it's taking a bit to OBS to even open right now, but don't know. Alright. Let's see what's something that would really ruffle my CPU's feathers. Let's go with GTA 5 Enhanced Edition. Oh, it's downloading. I don't know if that would ruffle, you know? Anyways, yeah, I think it worked. All in all, I think it worked. So I'm gonna leave that there. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna leave that shit there. Thank you for watching. We're gonna be doing some GTA and shit here soon. So subscribe for that and get ready to rumble. Allegedly, that's something other people say. That's not my thing. I don't take credit for that. That's not mine. Don't. My thing's like, what's up, Pugtato Bros? And I'll see you next time, Pugtato Bros. Bye.